Another mail party in the store. Not too bad. Okay, same thing. Motion?
I make a motion that we approve the liquor or two-beer license for Quick Stop number 3, located at 921 East Main Street, Florence.
Second.
First, second. Roll call, please.
Villagrana.
Aye.
Baker.
Aye.
Martinez.
Aye.
Edwards.
Aye.
Filthingsrud. Aye. Henninger. Aye. Mayor Orr.
Aye.
I have a question.
Discussion.
Dory, last time we had a application from the individual that had marked yes. Did you ever find out if?
Yes.
Yeah,
It was
she
a
brought
mistake.
back.
It was a mistake?
Yeah.
Thank you.
She brought the,
And if you notice on Loaf and Jug, they did mark yes.
Yeah, and he had all the paperwork done. I caught it.
Yeah, theirs went straight to the state because they have a master file.
Thank you.
okay. Mayor's report, I have no report for tonight, so we'll move on to committee reports. Anyone in the committees have a report?
We met with the county commissioners last Monday, I believe. And it was a meeting in which our city manager updated the county commissioners on several subjects that were Florence was undertaking, and requested some help in some areas that were needed or that they would not do because of the fact that it would affect some of our projects in hand. And they, in turn, they only had one request for one information. I can't remember what Debbie asked. But anyhow, there was only one thing.
Well, the one other item that we did discuss was the proposed overlay for the airport, which could affect our projects. But I think our city manager, I don't believe that's going to be a problem.
I don't think it's going to be a problem. We're still waiting for the exact overlay. The other thing they asked was the annexation of the gun range.
Oh, yes,
They asked
they
us
did.
to get rolling on that.
Yeah.
And so that's something we're going to need. I think there's an intervening landowner that we're going to have to see if they're cooperative, because we either have to try to come across from 67 or come up from the river area. And I think coming across from 67 is probably going to be easier, but we'll have to make that approach. I'm going to see the president of that company on Wednesday at FEDC, so I'll ask him in person.
And I'm very pleased to say that the county commissioners, all three, or two of them, Tim was not there, that they were very happy that Florence continues to meet with them. And it's a very informal meeting, but they don't meet with Canyon City. And they're very happy with the relationships that they have with the city of Florence and the council. Other than that, I think the only thing is, and that's probably Mr. Baker's area with the CML that's coming up.
Actually, CML District 13 meeting, that occurred on the 9th, Thursday the 9th. It was quite well attended, and things went very, very well. In fact, I think, I shouldn't say it this way, but because Dory and I, we were put this thing together, she perhaps did more work than I did, but actually, this was one of the better. I've attended 5 of these meetings, and this was probably what I think was one of the best, because we seemed to, the different communities were talking to one another, and they really got together. And the other thing is, generally, it's always difficult to find some community that will host us. And this time, the Cliffs, Silver Cliff, they actually stepped right up, and we didn't even have to ask. We want to do this, and they did it. I think 2 years, I guess maybe it might be 3 now, 3 years ago, that they hosted it together, and they were very excited about it.
Well,
doing it.
Silver Cliff wanted it, so now they're co-hosting it.
Yeah, they're
They're both gonna do it.
Yeah, West Cliff and Silver Cliff, they're hosting it. And that was always kind of a problem, getting somebody to host it. And this time we didn't have to beg or appoint.
Because they were so inspired.
They just said, hey, we want to do it. And and the other thing is, we had a very good meal.
Yep.
It was really good.
It was very good.
It was nice.
And we did, of course, and if you read your CML newsletter, our city manager made a proposal right at the very end, and that kind of topped the evening. I think Sam said in the 33 years he's been doing this,
It's never happened.
it has never happened that we had a wedding proposal. And so, anyways, I think we all had a good time.
We did.
And it was very, very good. The business part, that was good also. So,
It was
anyways.
excellent. Good turnout, too.
And we had pretty good turnout. Not quite as good as I would have liked to have, but it was good. So, anyways,
Most all council was there.
Mr. Baker,
yes.
did West Cliff and Silver Cliff get together without any problems?
Actually, that was either 2 years ago or 3 years ago.
It was
They
reasonable.
actually,
They had,
they had just, at that point, that year, made a decision, it's time we cooperate and start doing things together. And the one thing that they did announce at the meeting, that the two cities now are actually getting together on their ordinances and so forth to make them read the same, so that there's no
Really
Mirroring
conflict.
each other.
That they, right. And they've made great strides of cooperating with one another. So,
It was great. It was excellent
so
job.
anyways.
Any other committee reports? Not on orange dresses or anything like that?
Orange dresses.
Well, that's,
Oh, this one, yeah. Okay.
I suppose we won't talk about the black shoes with the orange shoelaces and trim. We don't want to talk about it.
with all due respect, sir, I happened to attend this wedding, and there was 3 things that completely amazed me.
Yeah.
Number one was the footwear that our city manager and
Councilman.
the elegant Mr. Baker were wearing, and I am telling you that from 50 feet out, it would stop you. They was that outrageous. I think the second thing that really just kind of made me stand back and blink, you gotta understand something, that I was this young lady's teacher. In all my times, in all my life, I've never seen her in a dress. But she was in a dress. And that completely amazed me. So small, right? Then the third thing that amazed me was that besides Mr. Baker's elegant speech to the couple, the desserts were outstanding. I can't remember much of his speech, but I do remember the desserts. But anyhow, sir, with all due respect.
Okay.
So, anyways, now we're up to date on what happened in the community over the weekend.
Anyone else for committee meetings? Okay. Let's go to the finance officer report.
Okay, you've all received the financials for September. Couple things I'll just point out and I would have had them done, but I was kind of waiting for the state. The state puts different monies in our account, and I had no idea, so I was trying to get a hold of them, and so in order to know where to post them. So some of the things that did come in the month of September, so we had some conservation funds come in, we had some mineral and severance lease, and then just identifying the highway users. So, like I said, it's just a little more difficult when you don't know where the funds are coming from. And then if you go to page 14, you'll see for the general fund that for the year to date, we're still to the good, $127,649. I went through most of the funds. Most of them are at 75% revenue, or the revenues are over in some areas, and then the expenses are ranging right around between 70 and 80% of their budgets. So none of them were in excess. So, and again, just note that the property tax revenue is, there's only like $17,000 remaining for the rest of the year. So, if any questions if you have any questions, you can always call me. I don't want to go through it one by one, just because we've done so many
And we don't-
numbers lately. So, and then I do want to point out, there are a couple places where you will see sale of assets. You know, when you were asking Mike earlier, there are, in the general fund under, I'm gonna get the page again. Page 6,
Good.
you will see sale of assets. Those are some of the assets that are disposed of that are in the impound, etc. And then if you go all the way back to page 24, you will see another sale of assets, and that is your DRMO assets, because those are kept in a separate fund. So, if you have, I mean, and I just need to verify all that with Mike, but those are gonna be your two places where you're gonna find any sale of assets. So,
The revenue from- Okay. Any questions? The finance officer? Well, thank you, Mary. That's great. Confusing, but great.
I know, there's just a lot of numbers, lots of numbers.
City attorney?
I'd like to have an executive session after the regular session to discuss 3 matters, actually 4. The Sumo case, the renewal authority, and the negotiation of 2 water contract matters.
Okay.
Other than that, I don't have anything unless you have questions of me.
There was 3 of them, would you repeat it again?
4.
Sumo case, renewal authority, water contract matters with Williamsburg and Coal Creek.
Okay. City managers report?
Okay, we have video ready.
Oh, have to.
Well, not video, but we have PowerPoint ready to go this time.
Is this the one you was gonna have last time?
Well, we kind of scrapped that and went on to the next one. Okay, as you can see, it was actually mentioned earlier, but the ADA ramp project over on Petroleum and Second. This was today, so we had our crew out there. That's Rod in the shorts and yellow shirt there, and Martin is running the backhoe. You can't see him though. But they were out there doing that today, and that should be concluded in the next few days, which will get us that much further on our ADA projects. So this was a good thing for us, particularly at that location, because the proximity to the park, and that is one of the areas we want to do some ADA ramps next year, so it will help us there, and also the bell tower. So, and the bell tower has its own sidewalk project going on courtesy of Wholesome, and the prison crew is helping some as well. So with that, on to the next one. Maybe. Well, we'll just stop here. No?
Sorry, I'll work on this week.
After all this time, you said that running.
Well, for a moment today, I thought you were actually digging a swimming pool.
Yeah.
But
I can tell you
This
one
is
thing
a
that I
big
think's
hole.
not on here. I don't think last week was the Action 22 annual conference. Action 22 is the essentially the organization of the 22 counties in southeastern Colorado, and they have a conference once a year. A lot of it is focused on legislation and trying to protect our assets and our way of life, so to speak. There's 3 of these types of associations in the state, and to a certain extent, every one of them has the goal to protect the more rural areas from the Front Range and Denver, well, the railroads too. I had to give a presentation there, and that we definitely talked about the railroad. They did elect me to be the secretary of the organization, so that means Dory has to go to every meeting now, so somebody takes notes. No, just kidding.
No.
Okay, so here we are. We'll just. Okay, there we are.
There's an imaginary screen here.
Okay, so this is our, we want to talk about our comprehensive planning update. We've taken the Imagine Florence campaign that was done as the marketing campaign, and we thought that really makes sense for a comprehensive planning process. And we've moved, and we've borrowed that same theme for the comprehensive planning process, and so that is the theme for it, and it makes a lot of sense to me, and I think probably to most of you as well. We've got Matt Goebel and Darcy White will be our first speakers. There's going to be a speaker series. They're going to be here November 6th at 6:30 to discuss Imagine that, no, that one's, this is Imagine Change. Is the first. So
it's before the meeting?
what? I'm sorry?
Before the meeting, I guess, on November.
No, November 6th is a
That's a
Thursday.
Thursday.
It's a Thursday. So it's
Thursday. Yes, we do have
Wait.
Thursday, community meeting, okay, so
Your
it
press
says
release
7.
says 7.
We'll get you the exact time, whether it's 6:30 or 7.
Yeah.
We'll make sure that's all straight.
That's
Whatever the
what
press release says
we
is
need
probably
to
what we'll do.
check.
I
What
got
did you
7
want it?
o'clock that you guys
What did you want it to be?
It could be either.
Well, we'll see, because it'll be in the paper.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever the
Press
paper,
release
whatever the
says
paper
7.
says is what we're going with. But we'll change it and we'll let you all know.
Yeah.
Okay, and then the next one will be December 10th. Is that a Wednesday or is that a Thursday? And that one's going to be Imagine Community. I don't know who the speakers will be on that. We'll talk
And
about
Matt and Darcy, Matt's probably one of the preeminent planners in the United States, and he specializes in historic preservation and planning and major trends. So he'll come here and talk about how the aging of America is going to affect small towns, how the economic things, how the way we're choosing to live is changing, and how a comprehensive plan can help a small town deal with certain
And then so then our next, let's see if there it goes. Okay, we already talked about the railroad. We'll skip right through that. Economic development project. This is something that we've been working on for a very long time. We're not trying to look like that Chicago where we actually paid a visit to Chicago,
Thank God.
working on this project, and we're very excited about the results that came out of that. It's a project that should have multi-prongs within the community and create quite a few jobs. Seems to be growing. During our visit to Chicago, it became obvious that the developer's vision is beyond even what we had originally suspected, and now he really is looking at 3 sites within the communities to do 3 different projects, so it's pretty exciting. And we're still trying to sell him on doing something downtown as well. He doesn't seem to be receptive to that, but he's excited about the rest of our community. So we're excited about what that means for our community. Is that my last slide? Okay. So that's what we've got. There's a lot more going on, but just wanted to give you a quick briefing on that. We do have FEDC this Wednesday, and I believe Charlotte's a representative, not Mel, just Charlotte, or both?
I think both.
So if you got 7 o'clock in the morning, and then with
Definitely not.
would either of you like to be, or anybody else like to be on the radio at 8:30 that day? Because we also have the radio that day.
I volunteered to to help a third grade class at Penrose Elementary, which is
Hey, I see you there.
What did those children do?
I did too, but I have to go on the radio.
Yeah, you do.
I didn't. So would anybody else like to go with me on the radio this Wednesday at 8:30? Okay, the mayor has volunteered, thank you. You want to go to FEDC too?
Sure.
Okay.
Buy breakfast. Yeah, that'll work.
It was like,
That was really loud. Okay, so,
Dory,
Sure.
I want to add Wade on this list, if we put him in, city planner
for next time.
for next time.
Oh.
Yeah. So we can make Wade start earning his money by getting presentations.
Okay.
All right?
I do have a question in regards to the economic development project, and that is, we have started to pass around a petition trying to get signatures. Is it appropriate or inappropriate for a city council person to sign that petition, and in that, and we don't know it at this point, but it could be that the city council may be the committee that actually is ramrodding this thing?
Well, it has to come to the city council to be approved. That is
Okay.
scheduled to be November 3rd. My understanding is there would be no conflict of interest because there's no fiduciary benefit for anything. It's up to the city attorney to say whether he agrees or disagrees. All they're asking for is
Well-
25 registered electors of the city.
Well, I kind of relate it to the being, I'm kind of relating this to being on the planning commission. I can be on the planning commission, but I don't have a vote, because then I would be voting on, I'll say twice in a order. Maybe I shouldn't relate it that way, but
I think you're probably okay. There's two questions here. One, can you circulate the petition? And two, can you sign it? I think ultimately it's a legislative function. It's not a quasi-judicial function where you would be serving as a quasi-judge overseeing somebody else's application. I think it would be qualified as a legislative function. You can always be a proponent of legislation. So I think you're okay with that. Now, I understand that if you feel like you want to stay neutral on it from a political point of view, or just because you want to keep how you personally feel about it separate from your official function, that's certainly your prerogative. But legally, I don't think you're in any kind of trouble if you circulate the petition or even sign it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions or discussion?
Make a motion, we pay the bills.
Second.
Roll call.
Just a minute.
God bless you.
Villagrana?
Aye.
Baker?
Aye.
Martinez?
Aye.
Pilkingsrud?
Aye.
Edwards?
Aye.
Henninger? Aye. Mayor Orr?
Aye. Okay, now I need another motion.
Make a motion that we,
Go to executive.
within the next 3 minutes, we have an executive session with the city attorney to discuss matters concerning Sumo, the water contracts, renewal authority, and the Coal Creek issue,
And Williamsburg.
and Williamsburg.
Second.
Roll call.
Villagrana? Martinez?
Aye.
Baker?
Aye.
Henninger? Aye. Edwards?
Aye.
Pilkingsrud?
Aye.
Mayor Orr?
Okay. Let's go to the dungeon.
Behind you.